Hello, welcome to my channel again. Today I'm going to do something different, but as I was having ideas on how to decorate this huge box, it's really big. Let me just measure for you. 10.5 inches by 6.5. So it's quite big. I wanted to have a container for all my crafty things and my supplies, and it's actually great because it comes with this big, it's actually very big drawers here. But usually in the past when I bought something like this, I would just leave it as is. But today I'm going to teach you one of the ways that you can decorate a container box like this. In the past, I would also use a lot of paint. I used to love paint. I love painting wood, but that's not what I'm going to do today. Today, I'm going to select paper, and I'm going to show you the easiest and quickest way to decorate something like this just by using paper. I'm going to find the ones that I love, and maybe I'll mix and match. On each drawers will have a different one. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I want to show you how to do it in case you have something like this or similar, okay? So let's have fun and let's get going. So the first thing you want to do is choose the paper you're going to use. Let me just show you where this comes from, just in case you love it and you have to have it. So it's called, let me show you here, Cool Kids. It's by, I believe this is, it's called, well, this is the brand here, but I think it's American Crafts. Yeah, American Crafts. So it's cardstock. I usually use cardstock because it's thicker and it's easier to work with, and it's also more durable. So this is the pack, this beautiful stack of cardstock. They have some other options, but what I love about using this kind of packs is that the colors always match, so you can always coordinate. Whatever you use is going to coordinate with the paper. So it's a beautiful option if you want to do something like this. Cool Kids. So that's what I'm going to do, and now I still don't know where these will go, but the first thing I want to do is to get all these drawers out of the way, put them aside here, because I'm just going to cover the front of these drawers. So I'll just get them all out and I'll show you how to cut the paper. I believe I mentioned to you, but I bought this at IKEA just in case you want something similar. It's very, very big and it's excellent. I'm going to cover the sides too, but for now, let me show you how to cut the paper and how to glue them on the front of the drawers. So here we are. I chose the drawer that I'm going to cover. Actually, you only cover the front, you don't have to do the sides. So this is the paper that I decided to use. So you decide, the first thing to do is to decide the position, how you want it to go. This is how I want mine to go. So of course, when you're going to draw, you're going to draw, and that's how you do it. You're going to flip and make sure that when you are cutting, let me show you here, see the edge of the paper? Make sure that it's right on the edge so you don't waste any paper like this. Let me show you. You just go right to the corner here and make sure that it covers, see? You don't waste any paper. Turn it around. And what you're going to do next, after you make sure that it's okay, is you're going to get a pen. Let me get mine here. Here you are. So you get a pen and you're going to outline it, just following the shape of the front. You have to make sure to do, this is a very important part here, because this is where you hold and you open the door. So you have to outline that. Just draw it with the pen so you can cut it later, the perfect size. Go it on the border like that. Let me just show you how to do this on this side. See, what I'm going to do is just draw it with the pen. This is very easy because it's a straight line, and then you do the side here, straight line again, and that's it. After that, what you do is you remove, get your scissors, and cut the paper. It's very easy, so you just follow the lines. It's much faster than using what I used to do in the past. Was I would just paint with my acrylic paint, and you know, it takes a while to dry and all of that, so it's a lot of work. Let me just get a small scissors here, because it's easier to cut this round piece. That's where you hold and you open it. You want to cut it really well because you don't want it to be smaller or bigger, so it's better to have a smaller scissors. Big ones are not very good for that, so there you go, ready. So let's see if it works. See, it's perfect. It's the way I want. The size is perfect. Next thing you do is you use glue. You can use Mod Podge, any kind of glue really. I usually use some kind of brush because it makes it easier to spread the glue. You have to have good amount to make sure that it really holds the paper. This is tacky glue. I really like it. It's great for paper and it's quite strong. So I'm just going to make sure that I have more glue here. And you spread it especially to the edges here, because that's when it starts to come off if you don't glue it well. And also here around this hook here, I don't know how to call this, but you know, this round piece of wood here, it's kind of a hole. So make sure it's really well spread, and the edges, especially see here, these edges here. So keep spreading. I think it's good. Looks good to me. So let's glue the paper. And the advantage of this kind of glue is that you can wiggle it. You have room to move it around when it's liquid glue, so you can just move the paper if it's not perfectly aligned. See right here, I have to move a little bit. There you go. Press it really hard, especially the edges here, the corners. Right there with your fingers. There's a little bit of glue here. My fingers always get so dirty after I finish something like this. There you go. It's finished, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to repeat. The process is the same for every single drawer, and then I will come back to you and I'll show you the final product and what it looks like, okay? Now I want to show you a tip. Sometimes you cut the paper, this is already glued, it's all fine, but then you notice that there is more paper here than you need to, and you really don't want that to happen, because especially when it's a drawer, it can really make it stuck, and then after a while this is going to start to tear the paper. So the easiest way to solve this problem is just get an X-Acto knife or something like this, and you just, let me show you, see if the best way to show you, this way or this way. Yeah, I think this way. So what you do is you just get your knife, has to be very sharp, and you cut it flush to the wood. See, I'm just cutting the very end. See, it's just a very tiny piece of paper. See, it's just a little bit, but this after a while will become a problem. So that's how you do it. Can you see that on this side here I also have extra paper? I cut it bigger than it needed. So same thing, just get your knife and cut it really close to the edge. And it's quick to fix, but I just wanted to show you in case this happens to you, okay? So this is my third drawer. It's already looking cute. So I'll just come back and show you the final project. So here it is, the final product. I actually changed one of the papers, this one, as you might have noticed, but that's the way it looks. I only covered the front of the drawers. See? Paper and glue, that's all you need to turn something that was just wood into colorful, a beautiful container. All of you see, and then when I told you that you should cut this really well, this is why, because with time this is going to tear if you don't do it well. But just a final look, very nice. I love the colors. I changed some of the papers. I'm very, very happy with the results. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next.